You've been lied to about diet pop your entire life. Every health guru, fitness influencer, your mum, your doctor, they all tell you the same story, that diet pop is poison. Drink water instead. Be pure, be clean. And you believe them like a good little boy or girl, and you suffer through your cup with nothing but plain water and craving anything with actual flavour. White knuckle through cravings and tell yourself you're being healthy and disciplined. Meanwhile, you're making diet 10 times harder than it needs to be, and you're setting yourself up for inevitable failure. I'm about to show you a study that will flip everything you believe upside down. 300 overweight adults split into two groups. One drinks only water during the diet, the other drinks at least two diet sodas a day. The diet soda group lost more weight. They kept it off longer. They reported being less hungry throughout the entire process. After 17 years of training and watching thousands of people struggle with diets, I can tell you exactly why this happens. And once you understand the science, you'll never feel guilty about Diet Coke again. Today I'm going to prove why diet soda is actually healthier than water for fat loss, destroying every fear-mongering myth you've ever been fed, and showing you exactly how to use it as a powerful weapon to get lean. If you're forcing yourself to drink water while fighting constant cravings, falling off track every few weeks, sabotaging your own success, the suffering isn't noble, it's completely unnecessary, and it's completely counterproductive. I'm going to show you the shocking science, debunk the fear-mongering myths one by one, give you permission to actually enjoy your diet for once instead of just enjoying it. So let's start with the study that the clean eating industry doesn't want you to know about. This is going to piss off the very clean eating influencer. You think water is the ultimate diet drink, the purest, the cleanest, the most virtuous choice possible. And of course you do. That's what you've been programmed to believe by every wellness guru on Instagram. But here's what happened when researchers actually tested this belief in the real world. 300 overweight adults all followed the exact same diet protocol. Half were instructed to drink water, the other told to drink at least 2 diet pops per day. If your Instagram feed and every health blog was right, the water group should be destroying the soda group. Water is pure, natural and perfect. Wrong. Dead wrong. After 12 weeks, the result were undeniable. Water only group lost 9 pounds on average, and diet pop group lost 13 pounds on average. That's 44% more weight loss. Not a small difference, not a rounding error, a massive, statistically significant difference that should make you question everything you've been told. 1 year later, when they followed up, the diet soda group had kept off 5% more weight, and they were more successful both short and long term. You've been suffering through water only diets for absolutely nothing. If you stop equating suffering with virtue, the most effective approach isn't always the one that feels like punishment. Sometimes the easy choice is actually the smart one. But why would this happen? What the reason might actually blow your mind. You know why your diet fails after 2 or 3 weeks. It's not lack of willpower or discipline. It's not because you're weak or broken. It's because you're trying to be perfect instead of sustainable. Only water, only chicken and broccoli, only suffering, only restriction, only saying no to everything that brings you joy, and your brain eventually rebels against torture. Every night at 9 PM, you're prowling the kitchen like a starving animal, looking for something. Anything, just to satisfy that craving for sweetness. And eventually you'll binge, you'll crack, it'll be whatever you can find, then restart on Monday with even more restriction. So does this cycle sound familiar? Diet pop breaks this destructive cycle. It gives you something sweet, satisfying, and something that feels like a treat for 0 calories. Your brain gets a satisfaction that it's desperately craving without sacrificing the calorie deficit. The diet soda group in the study wasn't genetically superior. They weren't more disciplined or strong-willed. They were simply just smart. They used a tool that made dietary adherence automatic instead of a daily battle requiring superhuman willpower. So you're not weak wanting flavour in your life. You're not broken for craving sweetness. You're just human and you need satisfaction, not constant deprivation. Adherence beats perfection every single time. A diet you can stick to for months is infinitely better than a perfect diet you abandon in 3 weeks. Stop trying to be perfect. Start being consistent. But what about all those scary warnings you've heard of? I know exactly what you're thinking, but aspartame causes cancer and it spikes your insulin, it makes you hungrier. It's full of chemicals. I'm just going to destroy these myths just very, very quickly. Aspartame causes cancer. You would think you need 20 cans of Diet Coke for 50 plus years to even approach potentially dangerous levels. To put that into perspective, the sun's UV radiation is literally more carcinogenic than aspartame in Diet Coke. People say it makes you hungrier. The study I just showed you literally proved the exact opposite. They reported being less hungry throughout the whole diet. Real world data beats theoretical fears. They say it spikes insulin and kicks you out of fat burning. But your insulin doesn't magically respond to artificial sweeteners. Both diet soda and water contain 0 calories, 0 sugar. If your insulin spiked, you'd just be dead. It's full of unnatural chemicals, but so is your multivitamin, the herb you breathe in any city. So you've been scared away from something that could potentially make dieting easier and more sustainable, while you suffer through plain water, failed diet after diet, whilst I'm enjoying my Diet Coke and getting progressively leaner. So don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Don't let theoretical fears sabotage practical success. If it helps you stick to your diet and lose weight, it's healthier for you than the pure option. And if you're tired of failing the same diet over and over because you're trying to be perfect instead of consistent, grab my 21-day fat loss blueprint and you'll learn exactly how to calculate your optimal calories, when and why to adjust them, and practical tools that make it easier to diet. And yes, that does include strategic use of Diet Pop. Links in the description, and it's free. So let me tell you about my personal diet soda transformation, and it completely changed how I approach cutting. For years, I was exactly like you. Water only, clean eating, suffering in silence, thinking that misery was somehow making me morally superior to people who just enjoyed the diets. Every cutting phase was torture. By week 2, fantasizing about sweets, sweet drinks, anything with sugar in. And by week 3, I'm dreaming about flavoured beverages. Week 4, crack under the pressure and drink an entire 2-litre bottle of whatever I could get my hands on. That's 800 calories in a few moments of weakness. Days of progress destroyed by one poor decision, born from unnecessary restriction. Then feel guilty, weak, pathetic, and say, why can't I just drink water like I'm supposed to? What's wrong with me? Why am I so undisciplined? Then discovered diet soda and everything changed. Suddenly I have something sweet whenever I want it, something that felt like a treat, something that satisfies the cravings. 0 calories, 0 guilt, 0 self-sabotage. Cravings for anything with sugar just disappears, and diet adherence went from lasting from 3 weeks to 3 months, no problem, and finally got lean sustainably. The clean eaters will call me unhealthy, unnatural, while progressively getting more shredded, drinking Diet Coke, and they're still struggling with boring water bottles and still failing the diets every few weeks and wondering why they can't stick to anything. But results speak louder than ideology. Don't listen to what people preach. Look at what actually works. The proof's in the physique, not the purity of the process. And you need to hear this next part, but you also need to really absorb it. You have complete permission to make dieting easier for yourself. You've been programmed by the fitness industry to believe suffering equals success. That if it doesn't hurt, it doesn't work. That choosing the harder path somehow makes you morally superior or more dedicated than people who find easier ways to get same results. And it's complete bullshit. And exactly why you're failing over and over. The people that get the best results aren't suffering. They're suffering less. They're using every available tool to make adherence automatic instead of requiring daily acts of heroic willpower. Diet soda is a tool. It's not cheating and it's not weakness. It's strategic intelligence. Stop listening to fearmongers who've never successfully maintained a lean physique in their lives. Stop trying to prove your dedication through unnecessary suffering. Use tools that work to get results that you want and feel good about the process instead of enduring it. Success comes from sustainability, not suffering. The best diet is the one you can stick to long enough to see results. And if Diet Pop helps you stick to the plan, it makes you more healthy, not less. So here's the brutal reality check. Water isn't healthier than Diet Pop for weight loss. And according to actual science research, it's worse for achieving and maintaining fat loss. The science proves it. My personal experience proves it. The thousands of successful dieters prove it. You're torturing yourself with plain water while fighting constant cravings, falling off track every few weeks and blaming the willpower for failures. Your options are crystal clear. Keep suffering with water only restriction and continue failing every few weeks, or start using Diet Pop strategically, finally, and build consistent habits that lead to permanent results. The choice is yours, but don't pretend that choosing the harder path makes you more dedicated when it actually makes you less successful. Don't make perfect the enemy of good. Use all the tools available to you. But if you're ready to stop making dieting unnecessarily difficult and want everything that you need to lose fat, keep it off without the suffering, look at this video here. It has all the practical strategies that work in the real world, and you can set up your own diet for free with the one guide.